Subscribe to Breakup Cheater for more original, hard-hitting stories of heartbreak and redemption. Now let's begin this one. Captain Ryan Carter stood beneath the searing Afghan sun, his gaze fixed on the barren mountains that framed the horizon outside Forward Operating Base Griffin. It was his third deployment with Delta Force, 6 brutal weeks in, and the only thing keeping him tethered to home were the letters from his wife Vanessa. Except they'd changed. Today's letter had no heart, no warmth, just clipped lines asking about when his pay would clear, if the utilities had been switched over to autopay, and the exact date of his return. Not a word about missing him. Not even a simple asterisk, "I love you." Asterisk. "Bad news from home?" asked Sergeant Dean Marshall, Ryan's closest friend since Ranger School, his voice low and concerned. Ryan folded the letter and slid it into his uniform's chest pocket. "Vanessa's different, cold, distant. Something's off. All marriages hit turbulence during deployments. She's probably just stressed." Dean clapped him on the back. "You'll patch things up when you get back." Ryan didn't respond. His instincts, the same instincts that had saved his life countless times, told him this wasn't turbulence. This was a storm forming on the horizon. Vanessa had been his anchor through hell and worse. Training, covert operations, long silences. They'd fought to stay connected through every challenge. But something had shifted. Asterisk. "Incoming." Asterisk. The shout pierced the moment, and seconds later the world erupted in fire and shrapnel. Mortars slammed into the perimeter. Ryan hit the ground, heart pounding, adrenaline surging. Mission first. Emotions later. 3 months later, Ryan stepped off the medevac transport at Fort Bragg with a Purple Heart and 6 ruptured vertebrae. His body ached. His soul more so. His welcome, non-existent. Vanessa hadn't shown. He took a taxi to their modest ranch home in Fayetteville. The second he opened the front door, alarm bells went off in his head. The house felt foreign. The photos lining the hall gone. Vanessa's quirky throw pillows, replaced with sterile, trendy decor. It wasn't just a home anymore. It was someone else's idea of one. "Ryan!" Vanessa's voice called from the kitchen. She stepped into the hallway. Her hair was styled differently, salon glossy and expensive. She wore designer clothes he didn't recognize. Not a hint of emotion crossed her face. "You're back early," she said flatly. "Took some shrapnel." "Medical evac," he said, gesturing to the brace on his back. "Nothing career-ending." She nodded slowly, arms crossing over her chest. "We need to talk." Ryan had faced enemy interrogators, navigated minefields, watched teammates die. But nothing prepared him for the cold slap of what came next. "I want a divorce," Vanessa said. "Just like that. I've met someone else. Someone who's here." He blinked. "Who?" "His name's Colton Reyes. He's a defense contractor. He understands me." She avoided his eyes. "I'm staying at his place tonight," she added. "To give you space." She walked out, leaving behind a stack of legal papers. Vanessa wanted everything: the house, the savings, and full custody of their twin 7-year-old sons, Landon and Eli. Her argument: Ryan was voluntarily absent, and his military career made him an unstable parent. Ryan called his boys that night. Their joyful voices pierced the numbness. As he hung up, something inside him clicked. He'd been ambushed, but he wasn't done. Not even close. The next morning, Ryan called Peter Lang, a former JAG officer turned civilian bulldog attorney. After reviewing the documents, Peter leaned back in his chair, whistling. "She's lawyered up with Carla Denton. She's known for cutting throats in court. And the judge. Marlowe ***. Heavy bias toward mothers. This'll be an uphill fight." "I don't care," Ryan said, voice like steel. "I'm not losing my sons." Peter narrowed his eyes. "What did you actually do in Delta?" "Can't say," Ryan said. "But I have skills. And I have contacts." Over the next 2 weeks, Ryan did what soldiers do best: prepare for war. He moved into a cramped apartment, complied with mediation, filed financial disclosures. All while Vanessa flaunted her new relationship around town. Expensive cars, lavish social media posts, trips, jewelry, 5-star dinners. Colton had deep pockets and deeper arrogance. One afternoon, Ryan spotted him waiting by the VA therapy clinic. Colton sauntered over, all fake charm and outstretched hand. "No hard feelings, man. These things happen." Ryan didn't move. "I'm here for the kids. Vanessa says you're a great dad. Just unavailable. Maybe we can figure out some holiday visits." Ryan's stare was cold steel. "You've known them 3 months. You don't get to plan their future." "They already call me Dad," Colton smirked. Ryan stepped in close, his voice a razor's whisper. "Never reveal your position to the enemy." He turned and walked away. His phone buzzed. Message from Dean. "Package secured. Operation Homefront is green. Asterisk asterisk." The courtroom 3 days later. Judge Marlowe tapped his pen rhythmically. Divorce hearings were rarely this tense. "Mrs. Carter, you claim your husband's military status makes him an unfit custodial parent." "Yes, Your Honor," Vanessa said confidently. "He's been absent for most of their lives. And with his medical condition and redeployment risk," Carla Denton added, "the children's best interest lies with their mother." Ryan sat motionless, military posture perfect. Until now he'd said little. "Captain Carter," the judge asked, "do you have anything to add?" "Yes, Your Honor," Ryan said. "I'd like to submit new evidence. It came into my possession yesterday." Objection. Overruled. Ryan stepped forward and placed a sealed file on the judge's desk. "This pertains directly to my children's safety." Marlowe opened it. His brows furrowed, then rose. His face paled. "Clear the courtroom. Now." Chaos erupted. Carla Denton protested. The bailiff locked the doors. The judge picked up the secure line. "This is Judge Marlowe, courtroom 2B. I need CID and MPs. Security code Echo 41. Vanessa stood, panic blooming in her eyes. "Ryan, what is this?" The courtroom doors slammed open. 4 military police officers entered, led by Colonel Sharp of the Army's Criminal Investigation Division. "Colton Reyes," he said. "Please stand." Colton rose, face drained of color. "This is a mistake." "No mistake. You're under arrest for suspicion of espionage against the United States." Vanessa screamed. "This is a setup." "Ryan, tell them." "Mrs. Carter," the colonel interrupted, "you'll need to come with us for questioning." Vanessa turned to Ryan, sobbing. "I didn't know. I swear I didn't know." Ryan stood, his voice steady. "While I was in Afghanistan, your boyfriend sold intel that got 3 of my brothers killed." Her knees buckled. 2 months later, the tribunal concluded. Colton Reyes accepted a plea deal. 25 years, no parole. Evidence was airtight. Encrypted data, offshore accounts, direct ties to foreign operatives. Vanessa, cleared of knowing participation. But her life was in ruins. The military community that once embraced her now treated her like a ghost. Her reputation, her circle, even her family, gone. Final custody hearing. Vanessa waited outside the courthouse, gaunt and hollow-eyed. "Ryan," she called as he approached. "Can we talk?" He stopped, arms folded. "What's left to say?" "I made a mistake," she whispered. "I didn't know who he really was. I was scared. You were gone so much. I didn't think you'd come home." Ryan looked at her, no longer with rage, but with the cold finality of a man who'd buried something he once loved. "I did come home. And you were already gone." He tried again. "Can we at least try for the boys?" He shook his head slowly. "They already have a parent who never gave up on them." Final ruling. Full custody granted to Captain Ryan Carter. He walked out of that courtroom with his sons waiting at the curb. No parade. No fanfare. Just the quiet, steady love of a father who fought for what mattered. Subscribe to Breakup Cheater for more stories where justice isn't just served, it's earned.